welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be checking out ARK Guardian Nearly White from the latest event from Goddess of Victory Nikke. Now, I did get a spoiler, unfortunately, but it seems like it's not actually a spoiler. So please be sure you don't like spoil too much at this point. More spoilers I get, the more I'm not going to be playing the game, because spoilers really ruin my enjoyment of the game. So I just want to be upfront about that. In any case, if you have a video that you'd like me to check out guaranteed, then be sure to go to my sponsor page, sponsor.app/trailblazer_Didina. Now let's get started. Other than that single spoiler mostly do with, I think her name is Lillywise, and you know, our man, if you know what I mean. I don't want to spoil too hard if you also haven't played up to the recent. But I didn't know the two were like that, so I didn't know the mother and daughter, I mean not mother and daughter, mother and father was like that. So that was a nice surprise. Ooh, this is so pretty.
The sound is what I never knew. Glowing white, it's nearly white. So purified like one side. Softly coming near, yet they're so clear.
Ooh, you can feel the bitter sweetness. Oh no, it's referring to her. This must be when she breaks down, huh? And then they have to erase her memories, or the reset. Oh no. It's hard for me to say something because it's a very painful listen. And I don't mean that it's a horrible song, it's actually a beautiful song. But you can feel the emotions in it, especially if you have a little bit of context of what happened. Then you're washed over by all the depression. Showing her past when she was young. No, she's gone. This must be when she's erasing her from her memories. Oof. So, I don't even know where to begin. I do have this one thought though. what if instead of, starting from Rapi's generation, I wonder what it would have been like if we played starting from the Goddess Squad. I mean, obviously we get glimpses of it and whatnot in the event, but I sometimes wonder what it would have been like if the game started with the Goddess Squad and then that would be the prologue. But then again, I don't really know what they have in store for the actual main story since we just finished the prologue, apparently. So it's kind of hard to tell at the same time, but I do sometimes have that thought, like, what if we had the prologue as that and then we began? And then would it have been more painful when we actually talked to Anderson and the others? Even more so compared to like when we first met them? It is Anderson, right? The Chad. The cool looking guy. Our dad. That's all I remember him as. I remember how he looks like more than his name. I remember his name being pretty not generic, but it's pretty commonly used to, or maybe not commonly used in like games, but it's at least common enough that I kind of can't remember his name as much, unfortunately, unless when I see him, because for some reason when I see him I remember his name. I don't know why, but that is the case. But I sometimes do have that thought. I do wonder what the angst would have been like, or if we would have felt even more bittersweet when we had to interact with the ARK. Or maybe it was a good thing that we interacted with the ARK with zero knowledge, with no context, but then slowly realizing how horrible a place it is. I mean, even if there is an understandable reason for it, it's still just horrible. But this song is definitely about her trauma of losing Lily Weiss. I think that was her name, right? I remember it was Lily something. I think it was Lily Weiss, but I could be wrong because I haven't actually like seen her in the game. So remembering her name is a little difficult. But I do remember how she looks like. And like when I actually see it in the game, I know who it is. I just have the problem of like grasping it from my brain cells. Especially when I haven't really interacted with that character, but only heard of her. That becomes kind of a problem. But I know a lot of people like to refer to her as like the mother and then Anderson as the dad, since they liked each other. The basically the part that got spoiled to me, this is something that I'm trying to fix on my recommendations so I don't see any Nikke stuff anymore. But it's the fact that Anderson and Lily Weiss liked each other, and also they were, or at least he was able to confess to her before, the store slammed. That pisses me off, honestly. But anyways, I'm glad that he at least said something before then and that she heard it, because that would have sucked if he didn't even get to say it and she didn't hear it. But I think she did hear it. And that was like the slight spoilers that I saw from like a lot of the thumbnails. Oh, I don't know what it is with gacha games and like content creators like spoiling the crud out of everything with their thumbnails, and the titles. Like I get that gets you views, but sometimes, especially since just watching one video of Nikke just shows me a whole bunch of Nikke videos. I wish my algorithm was a little bit stronger so it wouldn't show Nikke. But I managed to cover it back up with cat videos and K-pop, so hopefully that'll stay that way. But in any case, you can definitely see the painful moments if you listen to the instrumentals carefully.
The sounds is wild I never knew.
Like there's a lacking of other instruments. Like you could hear like this like chrysalis or crystal type of sound. I don't really know how to say what that is, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. And the piano, and there's like this emptiness, and I think that portrays Snow White's personal state very well. Like she feels empty without Lily Weiss, and she's breaking. She can't deal with the loss very well, which is why at the end she was on the floor crying over the lost flower, which is Lily Weiss and her death. And even in the lyrics itself, she's sentimental. She's very emotional of a person, despite being a soldier. And to her, being with Lily Weiss was safety. And in a sense, it was the death of her innocence, and it's more like her coming of age story in some ways, even if, you know, she dealt with a lot as part of the Goddess Squad. But you can see, but you can tell from all of this that she's not taking all of this well. Like, clearly to her, the Goddess Squad is a very important existence, but Lily Weiss in particular is someone who was extremely important to her. And in fact, I would say that she's like the most important existence to all the members of the Goddess Squad, keeping them together. Which is why when Dorothy became leader, it like fell apart really quickly, because Dorothy also depended on Lily Weiss, even though she pretended that she was okay. But in the end, when things fell apart, she just couldn't handle it. And, you know, instead of, you know, breaking like Snow White is doing right now, she at least pretended that she was okay, which I guess is worse. They're all dealing with it in their own traumatic ways, I suppose. But for her, the memories is just too much for her, and still have nothing late to shine. And it's just, she can't keep her memories, because if she does, she's just going to go crazy at that point. I have a feeling that might be the case. But this really shows how she can't, like, I think this particular part in the first half, she's more of in a state of like shock. You're not in like the state where you're going to be crying like crazy, but you're still in the process of processing everything that happened. And then when she realizes that she can't ever come back, she feels empty, and she can't handle that. And so she'd rather erase her memories of Lily Weiss completely, which I forgot what the actual term was again, where they become not corrupt. Is it corrupt? I don't think it was corrupt. But essentially that, in order to deal with her trauma. Basically, they all need to go to therapy. every time I look at these, I'm like, you need to go to therapy. You also need to go to therapy. And she also needs to go to therapy. I feel like because maybe all of them were not as, I guess, mentally stable. And I have a feeling that Lily Weiss was the most mentally stable, which is why they all depended on her so heavily, emotionally and mentally, even though they might not admit it until after she's gone. But because of that, it's very hard for her to, you know, all of the Goddess Squad to deal with her loss. And even though they know that they need to carry the wills that Lily Weiss had and try to, you know, move forward, it's just really difficult. It'll take a lot of time, and who knows, maybe if time passes by, they can accept it, but even then, it'll still be something that'll affect them either negatively or positively that we have yet to see. Or in this case, not really positive, but I guess more positive than what happened to Dorothy. Because that was quite something. But this end definitely portrays that she's gone. She can't. I don't know what actually happens in the event though, just FYI. I haven't played it, obviously. I just got that one spoiler. Thankfully, I was able to avoid the rest. And it doesn't seem like it's like a major spoiler to all of you guys either, because apparently you guys already kind of know about it. But yeah.
So we'll leave it all behind, 'cause now's the time we realize.
You can kind of hear this ticking noise, kind of indicating the whole like, these are the memories, this is the past. and we can never come back to it. And this instrumental seems to continue to be consistent with that regard, especially when it's the showing the past. Actually, let me see here. Oh, I can hear like the strings here. So it's more of the build up here. In the beginning, there wasn't that much strings going on, but as the song goes by, that you can hear a little bit more strings, and that really creates more of that mood where you're depressed or you're thinking about the past, you're feeling sentimental, but also you feel so sad. Sometimes there are specific types of melodies that make you be able to feel that emotion. I think this one does a very good job with that. It's not like in your face, but it's very subtle. If you listen closely, the strings are kind of echoing the singer. And I think that delay and following makes you feel the emotions a lot more. And now we don't have as much instrumentals here. It's the end. Slow build up there. I really like the moments where you can hear like silence in some particular parts, which heightens the emotions even more because of that silence, because you fill in the blanks, whether it's because you know exactly what happened or because you're influenced by the song itself. And I think that makes it even more powerful. But overall, I really like the song. It's very emotional. I would say it might be more emotional than the piano song that I listened to, I think 2 videos ago, I believe. That one was also very emotional, but this one hits a lot different. It feels a lot more powerful, not only because of the context that I sort of remember, but also the way that the instruments were utilized made it more effective in that sense. You can definitely feel the tragedy in this one. The other one was also sad, but it was more like a memory type of feel to it. But this one, it's like you're grieving right now at this moment. And that's exactly what it felt. In any case, if you enjoyed my reaction to this, then be sure to give it a like, comment below, subscribe, and share. And of course, as always, if you have a video that you'd like me to react to guaranteed, then be sure to go to my sponsor page. But if not, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!